And only a few years ago, for example, Bernard Lietard, who was an expert in the Belgium central bank on the highest level, and later in a private hedge fund in the financial world. He came more and more into doubt. What is the structure and dynamics of this national and international monetary system? And then he left and quit this financial world only to concentrate on research and also historical research. And he gathered a lot of information about alternative monetary systems through history, even centuries back. In Middle Europe, there were 3 centuries of amazing economic and cultural flourishing, the so-called flourishing Middle Age in Middle Europe, where the cathedrals developed, where the Middle Age towns developed. Quite amazing. And during this time, there existed widespread and also more or less regional monetary systems where the interest didn't play this important role, because it was a money, it was not worth to hold this money back. This would need some additional explanation, but this money circulated continuously, and during these centuries it didn't happen what happens unavoidably in the interest system, which I showed at the beginning, with these devaluation processes. And then they start from new. Everywhere where the interest system is installed, it is accompanied, and not only accompanied, but it leads to fundamental crisis in the time of several decades, let's say half a century. But during this Middle Age, this flourishing Middle Age in Middle Europe, it was not the case. It was an amazing flourishing period over 300 years, with a cultural development and development in many other aspects, where we only can be amazed. And Lietard and some others, and also Gesell came on this track already decades ago. They interpreted as a consequence of a non-interest system, non-interest monetary system, or where the interest does not play this dominant and important role. So there are alternatives, regional, in the 20th century, in history, elsewhere too. And one can learn from this experience. But this needs a study. And this was a long time not possible. It was forgotten. It was, I didn't hear anything in my study. And decades after this, the same. So you have the opportunity, you come earlier onto this track. Use it, the opportunity, the possibility to go into this issue, and you will be amazed. Wow, how different aspects open to the mind, also in having a view on history. History is quite important, influenced by such developments. If the monetary system crashes and breaks down, the society is in danger also to break down in violence. How many experiences of this kind do we need anymore? I think this is enough now. Let's focus on constructive ways for future. And you are in the situation that you have a lot of time and you come early onto these tracks. I wished I would have come earlier, much earlier, than it really was the case. But take the chance.
Maybe we can clarify that in the break later. Okay. So that you can all eat lunch. Okay. That's it. Yeah, let us thank Vincent Zem for joining us today. Thank you very much for the presentation. Yeah. It was an honor to have you with us.
Thank you very much too. And thank you for your concentration. I know it's a lot of stuff, yeah, and sometimes also a lot of hard stuff. But if one doesn't look into the deeper roots, then the opening of hopeful perspectives is blocked. This is my experience. And if one gets the main important points, then there's a chance to overcome the problems. Yeah, in a social healing process. Okay.